Hi, welcome to my video on the multiplication of complex numbers, part 1, the product of monomials. Simplify each. Let's do some examples. Multiplying monomials. Monomial means one term. So 3 is a monomial, 4i is a monomial. Multiply. 3 times 4 is 12i. And negative 5 times 2i is negative 10i. So notice you're multiplying the numbers. That's the same as multiplying a negative 5 by 2x. You get a negative 10x. Same idea. Now c is I times 3i, so it's 3i squared. But I squared is negative 1. So that gives me negative 3. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. I times I is I squared. Remember, when you multiply expressions, you add the exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I squared is negative 1. So negative times negative positive 20. Now we have 3 multiplications. So we can multiply all 3 to one time. 2 times 3 times negative 1 is negative 6. And I times I, you add 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And I cubed is negative I. And negative times negative positive, so it's a 6i. You could have also just multiplied the 2. You could have done this also. You could have taken 2i multiplied by 3i and got 6i squared. And left the negative I alone. And that will give you 6 times negative 1, which is negative 6 times negative I, which is 6i. So if you multiply these two and then simplify to get negative 6, then you multiply by the third one. If you multiply them all at one time, you get an I cubed, then you change your I cubed, your choice. If 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. I times I is I squared. Negative 36 times negative 1. And that gives us 36. And right here we can multiply all 3 of these to one time because it's all multiplication. Negative 3 times 2 times 1 is negative 6. And I times I squared is I cubed. And I cubed is a negative I, so that's 6i. Simplified. Practice means pause your video and work these out. Do one at a time, press play for the answer. Here we go. Negative times a positive negative 14i squared. I squared is negative 1, so it's a 14. Negative 6i squared. I squared is negative 1, so that's a 6. We have a 2 times 2 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. I squared. And I squared is negative 1, so it's a negative 12. Negative, or 3 times negative 5 is a negative 15. I to the 4th. And I to the 4th is 4 divided by 4 gives you 1. A remainder of 0. So I to the 0 is a 1. So that's negative 15. Multiply. Negative times a negative positive 8i cubed. 1 plus 2 is 3. I cubed is negative I. So that gives me negative 8i. F. I to the 9 times I to the 7. 9 plus 7 is 16, and 16 divided by 4 gives me a 4 with a remainder of 0. And I to the 0 is 1. Whatever remainder is, that's what you put the I to. And I could have done the same thing right here. See, I to the 4th, 4 divided by 4 is 1. So that could have been I to the 0, and I to the 4th is I to the 0, which is 1. G. Negative 18i squared. I squared is negative 1. So that gives me 18 positive. And multiplying monomials brings us to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click on the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, because more videos coming. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.